Hello there and welcome back. It's finally time, I think, to complete the Zerg campaign with the final mission, Full Circle, where the Overmind plans will finally sort of come to full fruition. So, without further ado, let's see what the Overmind has planned on the surface of Aya.
You have done well, my Seraphet. The protoss can do nothing but flee before the onslaught of the swarm. But now you must assault one final site before our conquest is assured. Behold, there is a temple not far from here that lies upon ground most hallowed. Though I have borne witness to the passing of countless millennia, the temple which you must assault is older by far. For it was constructed by my creators, the Xel'Naga, and it marks the site where the Xel'Naga first set foot upon Aya. The temple must be cleared, and the Khaydarin crystal set in its place. Only then shall the way be made ready, for it is upon that ground alone that I may be manifest.
Brilliant. So our objective is to manifest the Overmind rather. Manifesting overlords is quite straightforward. Manifest the Overmind on the spot where the Xel'Naga first touched ground on Aya, which was placed at that location was placed a protoss temple. So we're going to use a Khaydarin crystal we gathered from last mission. The Xel'Naga created, or maybe not strictly speaking created, but influenced the development of the protoss and the Zerg, and they created the Overmind in the process. I can't remember the exact details of the Overmind's existence before this point. There's probably plenty of lore about it in the manual. I think the Overmind may have existed on Xeris and is in some sort of incorporeal form at the moment and needs to manifest itself and become corporeal, presumably to carry out its plan of unifying the Zerg and the Protoss into sort of one kind of species. And without going into too much detail, that's also a plot arc that kind of gets picked up again in a lot more detail in StarCraft 2, particularly towards the latter campaigns in that game. But let's anyway, instead of standing around dawdling, let's get on the mission. So, Zerg Queen's Ensnare spell and Defiler's Plague spell can be cast on cloaked units to allow other units to target them. That can be quite useful. Let's get started, let's get mining. We have got a lot of resources to work with here, but we've got a Gasket Geyser is actually quite far away, so that's one thing to watch out for. We've also got a lot of minerals to start off with, so I'm not actually going to waste any time. I'm going to get us a second hatchery up, because I think we're going to need it. And I'm going to put these into sunken colonies as soon as I can. So while we're doing that, let's get a spawning pool, because we're desperately going to need one of those. And in fact, we'll use all these excess resources we've got just to tech up really quickly. And meanwhile, we can build a lot of drones with all the money we're going to have. So that's another reason I'm getting a second hatchery. I may even pop a third hatchery up here. There is one mission in one of the later campaigns where you start with something like 4 hatcheries. It's ridiculous. And like I say, there can be advantages to building a ton of hatcheries. We are going to look at getting a Hydralisk Den as soon as we can as well. And just the mass influx of resources we're going to have is going to be very useful for getting enough drones while we're building up our tech buildings, so that once we've kind of... we'll hit a point where basically we're breaking even on resources as well. So let's take advantage of the opportunity to get a Hydralisk Den, which is D, not H. Sunken colony there, and a sunken colony there. And you see we've already got a Protoss attack coming in, but we've pushed that back. And as I said, I'm going to get loads of drones. I'm going to look at really droning up really fast. I think I may have accidentally set a rally point with one of these, but... And I'm going to put a load more creep colonies down as well. In fact, let's get the lair on the go just straight away. We do not want to dally, because that attack we just had there, that was probably nothing. I'm really, again, really focusing on the drones. Because we've got just enough forces, I think, to propel an initial attack, although we might want to start replenishing them soon as well. In fact, I'm going to get another Hydralisk. Let's get some Zerglings. See, here we go. Shuttle coming in. Fortunately, easily driven off. But not exactly time to be overconfident. Right, we are going to need an extractor. In fact,
we require more minerals.
While we can, we'll get a hive down here, so we're really going to have a lot of production. And this will give us some places we can put some creep colonies as well for defences, because we are desperately going to need those. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this part of the map won't get covered in creep because these sort of flagging tiles can't actually be built up on. And when we get a chance, we will get a load of mining done here as well. So, not mining, sorry, we'll get some, I'm actually going to rally these here. We'll get some Vespian gas mining going on. So, here we go. Protoss attack here, fortunately, again, fairly easily repelled. I'm going to get the speed upgrade on the Overlords. And we're, speaking of Overlords, we're going to need an Overlord very shortly, which we can afford. It's very nice to get a mission where you just get a load of resources to start off with and you can really just get cracking right away. In fact, I wonder if they can start mining from there. Not quite yet, although, there we go. And as I mentioned before, colonies. Let's get some Hydralisks and Zerglings to replace what we've lost there. And while we can, let's build a Spire. We actually don't have an Evo chamber, which would be huge, hugely important. Overlord over here. Let's get the Hydralisk range upgrade. And get some drones over here to start building some creep colonies. See, yeah, we can see there's no creep going onto this part of the map because it's not buildable terrain. I'm going to go fairly heavy on the colonies here. I'm going to make that a sunken. I'm going to put a spore colony in the base just to repel shuttles that may drop. And in fact, I'm going to get some drones over here to build some defences as well. Sadly, creep doesn't give you vision in this one. So again, really fortify up. I think a Queen's Lair would be quite nice, actually. But we do want to replace quite a lot of the drones that we've just effectively spent before we go any further. Start moving some Overlords around the map. We've got the speed upgrade now. We've got the evolution there complete. Actually, I quite like the idea of getting the Zerglings moving faster. Sunken colony. Let's make that a spore colony and let's make that a sunken. And we even have some more mineral patches down here we can use, but we also have those photon cannons to worry about. Overlord, I think, just to compensate for any we might lose. But you can see we're getting a fairly decent wedge of enemy not enemy forces, of our own forces. I'm gonna go for some more drones. And let's look at getting a hive soon as Queen's Nest. Now, one potential thing I've got to watch out for is a sneaky attack down here, because that would severely hamper my tech. So, just going to have to be vigilant there. And in fact, I'm going to move some forces over here, except those two drones. who can go into mining. See, we've got an attack coming in there. Mostly repelled. Those Zerglings seem to have missed the memo there. Let's build another creep colony down here so we get a few more spaced out. And also that'll give us some more creep to actually build our tech buildings on. You go to mining. Let's get some more upgrades. While that's going on, shortly we'll be able to get another Hydralisk upgrade, and we'll want to start looking at some tech upgrades as well. You two go into mining there. Let's get one more drone on the go. And I think, yeah, let's get the Hydralisk speed, because being able to ferry the Hydralisks around will be big. And actually, let's get the missile attack as well. See what else we can upgrade. That's going to be very tempting. Actually, there we go. So we're quite far up the tech tree already. And let's get the burrow. We can start sending some Zerglings out to burrow and act as scouts as well. Drone there. Let's get another Overlord. We're close to the supply limit, and also I want some spares hanging around. We haven't got the Ventral Sacks yet. We will get that, I think, shortly. I think that'll be quite a useful one. Get some more Zerglings. I quite like... There we are. We're at the point where we definitely need more Overlords now. In fact, because we're floating minerals, I'm just going to get a few more. Let's start getting some Mutalisks. In fact, we can still need more Overlords. Unsurprising. Right, what evolutions can we... And let's go for the old double Evo chamber. More drones, I think. Replace the ones I'm spending on buildings. Another Hydralisk there. Let's get some Mutalisks here. Now that carrier, I'm not too keen on. I'm going to focus the carrier. And here's the worrying point.
Our forces are under attack.
Now, we've driven those off, but that was a costly engagement for us. So in fact, let's learn from that. Let's put some more spore colonies down. The carriers are very effective against spore colonies though, so...
Our forces are under attack.
But you can see we've had to have quite an extensive... that Hydralisk is going to die, but can we burrow him to save him? No. Right, so let's put all these Mutalisks in control group 3. Some spore colonies down there. Again, the spore colonies... Let's get some Scourge as well, actually, because those would have been very helpful against those carriers. But we are low on Vespene, so we're going to need to think about expanding to get Vespene soon. The spore colonies are not so useful against the carriers because of their... the carriers can outrange them to some extent and don't do enough damage to the interceptors to properly protect, but it will give us a bit of a buffer. So we've got a ramp here. Lost that Zergling there. 4 Scourge is not quite enough to one-shot a carrier, so we'll think of getting some more Scourge as well. Get some... I'm going to send out some more Zerglings. In fact, let's get plenty of Zerglings. And while we're doing that, we definitely want to think about a hive. So there's that carrier. Now, I don't think we'll need all of them. There we go. It's worth it just to kill it off quickly. Let's get some more Scourge. Quite liking using Scourge a lot more, actually. They are good units. It's not that I've ever thought they're pointless. I've just not always been most judicious with the use of them. Let's get another Mutalisk. Now, what I want to do is go nearer to the base of this ramp without exposing myself to attack there. Now, have we got enough of a hive yet? That's my other concern. We definitely are going to want to expand and get some Vespene soon, which we'll have access to. I'm pretty confident in these bases. And meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can... So I think the carrier and various other forces... Not too worried about that attack. Ah! However, those do concern me. Advantage of having a lot of Mutalisks there. So I think I have a vague idea of where the attack came from, or where the carriers and scouts came from. Let's do a quick save. So I'd hate to lose any kind of progress at this point, so like a sneak attack. Okay. There are... Right, once the hive is done, I definitely want to get that upgrade.
Our forces are under attack.
So there we go. That's where that base is. And we are going to want to take this soon, because it will give us the option to expand, and like I say, I'm sure there'll be some more gas there. Right, adrenal glands. Let's get some more Hydralisks. Pushing up the ramp is going to be the hard part. Right, let's just go a big overlord, because we've got the minerals. Let's spend them. Speaking of spending, should be using these upgrades. Can probably get the melee attack upgrade shortly. Now let's see if we can scout out a little bit more here. Right, I don't want all of these overlords clustered over here. So let's see what we've got around here. This actually shouldn't be too hard to break. My only concern is, what if there's a load of Reavers? Because we don't have a lot to match for Reavers at the moment. But we'll see. Okay. A lot of minerals down there to make use of. I think there's a potential for us to push up here. Quite like to get an Ultralisk Den shortly. Now, that's brought back those protoss down. Actually, we can probably take advantage of that. Have we got the adrenal glands yet? We should do. Now, let's get these out of the way. I think I'm going to start rallying my forces to kind of collect here. Can't build any more there. It's tempting to get another hatchery, but to be honest, I think we'll have one soon, because we're going to expand over here. But let's get some scouting done here. Not actually much in the way of anti-air. I think I did see a Reaver there. Let's get a Queen.
Our forces are under attack.
No, we do not want to push up there yet. We're not ready for that. Must have been handy having a Scourge nearby. I think that was a scout that must have attacked us there. Let's see if she can get us some vision. Now, let's make use of our Hydralisk there to kite the Zealots. Unfortunately got stuck on the scenery there. Right, let's go all in on this.
Our forces are under attack.
definitely want that observer gone. Let's get some upgrades while we're here.
We require more Vespene gas.
Now, these Mutalisks can probably... Let's get these forces up here. These Mutalisks can almost definitely take this photon cannon.
Our forces are under attack.
I think actually we can definitely afford an Ultralisk cavern. Now, we might lose a Mutalisk here, but I think it's worth it. Just to get some vision. With those gone, I'm ready to push up this ramp.
Our forces are under attack.
Quite happy not to lose a Mutalisk there. I think it's time to do that. Right, let's get that photon cannon gone, and also let's get the overlords in there so we can see those cloaked observers, because I saw the mirage effect there. Now what's going on here?
Our forces are under
Ah,
attack.
he must have been observed.
We require more Vespene gas.
Certainly do require more Vespene gas. Now what's attacking down here?
The hive cluster is under attack.
See, we've got access to Vespene now. Right, there is a photon cannon there, so let's not take that completely unprepared. Let's get these to attack.
Forces are under attack.
And let's bring an overlord with us. Right. Just as if perfectly timed, we've got an excess of... Guys, I want you to focus that. As if we've clearly got an excess of drones down here, so we're going to take advantage of being able to move those over. Just want to watch that that Zealot doesn't engage our
Forces are
drones.
under attack.
That is a carrier.
Our forces are under
See
attack.
if we can get the... Let's see if we can take the carrier out.
Our forces are
There we
under
go.
attack.
Was not paying attention to those drones.
Evolution complete.
Right, let's get some revenge there. Gonna do a quick save.
Our forces are under attack.
Now, the thing I'm going to prioritise is the extractor. So I'm going to build as close to the extractor as I can get. Definitely an advantage to having plenty of static defences there.
Under attack.
So we're going to stick these 3 drones here. Let's get these Mutalisks over here. We can actually, we could easily get some mining over here as well. Yeah, we could even build a hatchery near to it. And to be honest, there's a temptation to do that with floating enough minerals, but it might be cost effective. But I'm not sure. There's going to be some distance mining there, but actually, I think we might as well make the most of it. Ah. Just think we're blocking those off. So let's start sending some of these overlords out around the map just to see what they can see. They've got a longer visual range. You guys can start mining there. And to be honest, even more Vespene gas would be great. We're now at the point where a lot of the expensive upgrades are done, but so it's going to be quite a big, it's going to be quite a lot to push up here. Now what I want to see is there a geyser around here that we can have access to? Let's get a load more overlords, load more zerglings, load more overlords. And are there any upgrades we can afford to get while this is going on?
Our forces are under attack.
Oh. That's actually quite a lot to deal with there. So let's get some payback there. These two drones, these drones should be doing something. I think, yeah, that was a gas one, so let's get that back in gas. So let's just get those to hold position for the moment. So no, I can't see any gas around here. Another shuttle going over there. Let's start getting some more Mutalisks as well. Don't want that Zergling there. Going to take the opportunity to snipe this. See, get them nice and close together. Okay. Bit off more than we could achieve there. Didn't realise there'd be quite so many. So, opportunity to use some Guardians maybe.
Our forces are under attack.
Now what we are going to do, push in with Group 4 first because they've taken more damage. They've taken less damage. Now what have we got here? Right, okay, that Overlord can get out there fairly easily. Now what I'd like to find is more gas. Let's get a couple of overlords. Let's get some overlords going over here to see what we can scout up here. I should be able to push this near enough that it can actually see what's going on without getting itself damaged. So that's taken a bit of structural damage. Let's see if we can push this queen out to parasite anything. I think that would be quite useful. Now I'm not too worried about that zealot there, but let's move that up there. So we've got control group 4 there. Let's get 2 more Mutalisks in that. Okay, so there's something worth parasiting. I hope it doesn't go for that Overlord. And let's see what else we can possibly parasite. Right, again, pull that out of the way. Actually, I wanted those in control group 4. Another Mutalisk. Now I wonder if we can get in here and do another... Another bit of damage there. Ah! So that drew the ire of these. So let's see. Put the more damaged ones to the back.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's see what we can do around here. Yeah, we lost a Mutalisk doing that, but that's fine. Was that from... yeah, Control Group 3.
Our forces are under attack.
Get another one there. I think just a big push up that ramp with Zerglings would be very nice. We've got the minerals, let's spend them. Once we got a bit more gas production, we can really start focusing on building some more Ultralisks as well. Ah!
Our forces are under attack.
Not the sharpest way to deal with that, but we did okay. Right, that can go in Control Group 3. That can go in Control Group 4. Now, that's a Reaver.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's get that Hydralisk, not Hydralisk, sorry, the...
Our forces are under attack.
Right. Let's get that photon cannon dead. In fact, I don't see why we can't do a bit more scouting here. Ah, now that storm could be deadly.
Our forces are under attack.
Right, let's get these out of here.
Our forces are under attack.
Separate. There we go. Some more Zerglings. What's... Right, those Reavers are very annoying. Get the shuttle. No, never mind. Okay, so we've got Reavers coming from that base. Thought we might lose that Mutalisk there.
Our forces are under attack.
Dropping Reavers all over the place, and it's getting very, very, very irritating. Unfortunately, Zergling's not really best suited for dealing with that, but I'm just too low on gas for anything else. Right, where am I, Scourge? Can afford to lose those Overlords for the moment. But what I'm not looking forward to is the inevitable attack coming down here. Now, how many Scourge have we got? We've got 4. Gonna put those in a control group. And as if by magic. Right, that's annoying because not enough of those Scourge got through, but so I lost quite a few Mutalisks there.
Require more Vespene gas.
Right. Let's pull everything over here and go for a big all-in.
Forces are under attack.
Because we really need to expand and get some gas.
Our forces are under attack.
Where are they going? No. Fine bit of control there. Right, yeah. That ramp.
Forces are under attack.
Let's push up with everything we've got. I want that Templar dead. We've got a burrowed Zergling in there. That's a disadvantage of the drag control there. More Mutalisks.
Forces are under attack. We require more Vespene.
More Zerglings. Right, let's push down with these and see what we can get.
Our forces are under attack.
To unborrow that. There's an extractor there. Let's get some of these drones over. In fact, let's get 4 of them over. Let's get the photon cannons down. Can we get a carapace upgrade? That would be very useful. One more Mutalisk.
Our forces are under attack.
Now, the yellow protoss are our next big concern. Let's get some more overlords. Again, something of an excess, but now what's that? That's depleted, so that's not actually going to net us all that much gas. But it's another source of gas. Now, let's move an overlord or 2 over here. So we've got vision over here. See what we can see. Yep, there we go. Let's get another Scourger was not intended, but wouldn't hurt, and another drone here. And you guys can come over here. And once these mineral patches are mined out, we'll start moving some of the drones over to the other one. Oh, we had a bit of a weird animation thing there. That sprite seemed to have doubled up. Now, what have we got up here? We have that's very, very handy. So there's an expansion location. My concern with it is how exposed it is. but we can work with that. Why is that drone stuck there? There we go. Now where was that drone? Let's bring that over here. And let's get another few drones to start thinking about mining over here. Now again, it's going to be a fairly exposed position, so I'm going to bring my mutalisks over. I'm going to bring a lot of overlords to be my eyes. And let's see what we can see up here. So there's some protoss forces down there. Got any of those Scourge left? Where is the queen I had? Let's put her control group 0. Because I would like some more scouting there. There we go. Right. You can just mine there then. We've got a spare. Now there were some drones that I was building. I will move these over here. Travel them by ground. Ah, there's also a geyser there actually. So there is another tempting spot. But question is, how close can we get there? I think that's as close as we can get. So we'll build some more drones. So we want one to build a hatchery. You can build an extractor. And the other two can wait. Now key is going to be defending these locations, which is going to be doable, but challenging. Right. I'm not overly concerned about those scouts, because if we can pull them into the spore colonies, we've got them. Right, we've got a lot of spare gas now, which we really want to start spending. Let's move these across to here. Now, I've got another spare there. I'm not sure what that can be doing at the moment, so let's get it mining. Ah, that is a problem. So, in acknowledgement of that, let's get that into a spore colony. And let's get that observer dead as well. All told, not that costly a harassment of our sort of mineral line there. You three go and mine there. Ah, that additional drone I'd built was... Okay, well we've got it over here. And when these patches really start to run low, we can move our forces over. Or mining over. Right, in the meantime, let's get some hydralisks. See, this is one of those areas where actually Dark Swarm would be useful for attacking those dragoons. I'm just not that quick on the draw with the micro. Okay, there was another drone that seemed to be coming up here, but and I don't know where it's ended up. So I'll just build a replacement there. Oh, let's get that Greater Spire upgrade just so we've got it. You can be Control Group 9, so I can very quickly just tap into those. If I need to quickly take down a carrier, let's get the energy there. You guys, come up. You can come up here, so we've got some defences over here. I would very much like to get some more parasites out, just so I can see more of the enemy. So there's a few dragoons down there. Not actually a lot to worry about. Can she parasite that and see? And let's get some more out. She can go and recover over there. Right, so that drone seemed to just stop there. Let's build a creep colony. Now let's see what this Overlord can see. Another geyser. Possibly a location we could drop onto. Seems to only really be gas over there. I'm tempted to take it just because the extra gas would be very useful. So I need 1 for the extractor, 1 to build an extractor, 3 to mine it, and 1 to build a hatchery. And
Our forces are under attack.
let's get another creep colony. Right. Where are those Scourge? Now we've got enough gas to easily replace a lot of things now, which will be very, very useful. In fact, I think another control group of Mutalisks. But where has that carrier gone? I want vision on it before I attack it. Okay, here we go. Carriers got gone. Let's get some more Scourge, because that's going to happen again. Do we lose a Mutalisk in that? And these can do control group 5. Right. Now these drones. Stick these in this Overlord. And from that hatchery I build, I am actually going to want to build some defences. Nope, I want this to be 5. That I want to be control group 4. Right, that should be another full control group of Mutalisks. Let's get some Ultralisks. Let's get some Hydras. And where's our Queen? What else can she possibly parasite? I wonder if she can come around here and parasite some stuff. So, let's drop off here. 1 extractor and 1 hatchery. And these 3 will be mining. Now where was that? I'm not sure where that attack was, so... Right, so 3 full control groups of Mutalisks. So 4 and 5 you go over there, 3 you be round here ready to patrol. Let's get these Overlords ranging out a little bit more. Now what we probably can do is take those Dragoons out relatively easily. Right, these I'm going to transfer over now to here. And these will rally over to here as well. Let's get some more Ultralisks. Now hopefully between our a reasonable number of static defences and us having quite a lot of Mutalisks, it will be very easy for us to... Where's my Queen gone? She died. Or have I uncontrol grouped her? Let's get another one just in case. These can go in control group 9, so we've got them nearby for those carriers. I must have put it somewhere where I got killed. That's annoying. Oh well. It's tempting to build some Nidus networks actually to get some faster movement. Now we did have... Is that in control group 9? There we go. These can come up here. You can go in 0. And somewhat in vain, he says, let's get a Defiler nest just in case. Defilers are one of the best units I never use. Right, we're at max supply now, so we're going to want to start thinking about pushing quite very soon. I just want to see if we can lower the risks of any pushes. I also want to ruin those dragoons. These I was going to build some defences with, I recall now. So while we're building those defences, we can get 3 more Hydralisks as well. Or 6 more Zerglings. Or half an Ultralisk, which you can't actually do, unsurprisingly. Where's the Queen? So, 3, 4, 5, you kill that Dragoon. And then, I know we lose the vision there, but I do also want those Dragoons dead. Because now what I can do is stick an Overlord over here. You two go and mine. You two go and mine down here. We've got some Zerglings over here. I'm actually going to keep those around here just as a scout. So let's see what the Overlord can see. I'm looking for is big dangerous units like Reavers. What kind of have they got in terms of photon cannons? I think we can snipe that shuttle. Right. Call the retreat there. Yeah. Unsurprisingly lost a few Mutalisks there.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's bring those Scourge over. Now we know actually that's not going to be too hard to crack, but that carry is going to cause us some significant problems. That Overlord's going to die. That's fine. We can more than replace it. It was a bit much, but... Why is that drone there? For the moment, you get to mining there. Ah, no, I know why it was. I know what it was there for. It was there for a Defiler mound. And once that started building, we'll, I don't know, build some Zerglings. There we go. Ah, we can't actually replace those Mutalisks because I've spent all the resources. Ah, no, wait, we built them over here, didn't we? So, Control Group 3 lost 2, Control Group 4 lost 1. There we go.
Our forces are under attack.
Now that is a concern. You burrow. And let's bring the Scourge over, just in case. There's an argument to be made for a Nidus Canal being there, but I think our Mutalisks can get there quickly enough. Now, I'm not seeing a carrier, which is reassuring. Now, there was another drone here. There we go. So we're back to full mining there. Right. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's do a quick save. Let's get the... Right, okay, so there's quite a lot there. I wonder if we can sneak some Scourge in. I think those Scourge that carry is probably going to get very quickly replaced, though, is my only sort of concern. It's got 8 interceptors. It's got full upgrades as well. Okay, let's send those in, because I want to build some replacements. How much is a Defiler? Because actually I think a Dark Swarm to break that would be very useful. Right, that carry is nearly dead, so that's good. We'll spin a shield battery. So actually, how many shields are we talking? 2 hits should kill it. And let's see if 3 is enough to... There we go. Right, okay. Let's capitalise on that now.
Our forces are under attack. Forces are under attack.
Just gonna run in, Zerg Swarm. Probably gonna lose a fair amount here, but I think we can sustain it.
Our forces are under attack.
Now, those Mutalisks are not gonna do much against those photon cannons, but that is a huge base taken down there. Didn't actually lose all that much. Right, okay, here we go. I'm going to get some Defilers to actually deal with those photon cannons. So, here we go. You can cross that one off your bingo card, use the Defiler.
Our forces are under attack.
And we'll get some replacement Hydralisks while we can. Now, I think I've got 3 Mutalisks on the go, so if we get a 4th... So, you can go in Control Group 4, as can you. And you can go in 5. So 4 and 5 are full now. Let's get these 2 over here. And Control Group 3 needs another Mutalisk. Let's get another Ultralisk, let's get a load more Zerglings, especially considering I'm going to use Dark Swarm. Where are those Defilers? We are not far off the main objective now.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, okay. Let's... Yeah, bit too eager to engage the forces there. Now, where's our Defilers? If I'd have researched Plague, we could have actually simultaneously used Plague at the same time. Oh, that's annoying. Overlord, you get over there, get some scouting information. Let's build 1 or 2 Overlords just to compensate for any we lose. Defilers. Should have hotkeyed them. There we go. Well, I say sometimes. A lot of the time you can force the AI to switch target. I understand anyway by burrowing. So 100 energy. Don't even have consume on them yet, which actually would be a really useful ability. Let's get a load of Zerglings nearby. In fact, very tempting to build a Nidus network. So we've got it. Is this depleted? Yeah. Okay. So. Because if we've got a Nidus network, we can actually rally our forces much quicker. You can actually rally them into the Nidus network. Or Nidus Canal. Right, these are hanging around doing nothing. So let's get them moving up the mini-map, definitely. Load of Zerglings here. Now, I'm not actually sure on the radius of Dark Swarm, but it will give our melee units... And I think actually all of our allied units a huge advantage against these photon cannons. So, you put that there, swarm that there. anything under the Dark Swarm cannot be damaged by ranged attacks, which you see is hugely helpful. Unfortunately I lost a Defiler there because I didn't pull that out in time.
Our forces are under attack.
Quite sure sort of control of Defilers. Now I think they do still take splash damage and spells do full damage still, so I definitely want to get rid of that. But we're nearly at the Protoss Temple. In fact, to be honest, I don't think there's much stopping us just pushing in. Keeping this nearby to throw some more swarms down. Now it is ranged attack, so the Zealots are still going to be able to do full damage under the Dark Swarm. Don't want to attack my own units, that would be wasteful. And let's bring all the Mutalisks in. All the Mutalisks in. Thank you, Mutalisks. It's nice, been lovely working with you. Now, Defiler is the F.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, I've got quite a few Defilers. Now, let's pull these out, because I think it's time to take out the temple.
Our forces are under attack.
Now let's see if we can also get a...
The protoss have launched a final offensive to keep us from the ruins.
Not enough energy.
For a while longer.
Our forces are under attack.
And here we go. We need to bring the Khaydarin crystal to the Protoss temple. We are pretty much fully stacked.
Our forces are under attack.
Now, we've got a lot of forces we need to build up here. But we just need to get to the temple. Let's get some more Mutalisks in there. Let's get some Hydralisks in there. I don't think we're actually going to have much time to make use of this. And all we need to do is get the drone there. Wasted the Mutalisks there, but it's okay. You, by all means, can destroy the entire Protoss base first, but yeah, a lot more Mutalisks I want. I'm not even going to control key them now.
Now shall the
There we go.
set into motion so long ago be made complete. For the Protoss too were created by the Xel'Naga. They were the first creation, gifted with a purity of form, and we were the second creation, blessed with a purity of essence. Indeed, our two species are but opposite facets of a greater whole. Soon shall our two races be made as one. Thenceforth shall all feel the wrath of the eternal swarm, for the hour of judgment is come.
And there we go. So, we've successfully brought the Khaydarin crystal to the ruined temple grounds. And once I've gone through this victory screen, we will see the consequences that has for Protoss and the world of Aya. There we go. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will leave you with a final cutscene of the Zerg campaign. Thanks, and bye.